A new family has moved into our country, the family of metric weights and measures. They have moved into India to stay. The old families of weights and measures are on their way out. One might ask, what was wrong with the old system? Well, the old weights and measures were just too wild to be tamed. No one could remember which seer was which, whether it weighed or measured, and how much. These are just a few of the old weights and measures which were, believe us, in use in our country. Confusing, aren't they? So we introduced one family of weights and measures for the whole country, the metric system of weights and measures. The metric system is really very easy to use. Let's compare it with the old system of calculations. Suppose you bought 4 seers and 7 chataks of sugar at 13 annas and 6 pies a seer. How much would it cost?
Cost of 4 seers at 13 annas, 6 pies per seer. 13 annas, 6 pies into 4. 6 into 4 is 24. Divide by 12, 2. That's 2 annas. Now 13 into 4 gives us 52 plus 2, 54. Now divide by 16. 54 divided by 16 gives us 3 and 6. 3 rupees, 6 annas. Now cost of 7 chataks at 13 annas, 6 pies per seer. 13 into 12 give 156 plus 6. It's 162. 162 into 7 is into 14. 1,134 divided by 16 would give us 71, and divided by 12 would give us 5 and 11 over. So the total cost would be 3 rupees, 6 annas plus 5 annas, 11 pies. 3 rupees, 11 annas, 11 pies.
Hard work, isn't it? But if you use the metric system, 4 kilograms and 140 grams of sugar at 99 paise per kilogram. Total cost 4.14 into 0.90 rupees. 4.14 into 0.90 will give us 3.726. The answer is simple. 3 rupees and 73 naya paise. Simple, isn't it? The simplicity of the metric system is due to the intelligent application of that mathematical wonder called zero. Let's see. Take any number, say 6. Multiply by 2, 600. And again, 6,000. It's the same with division. Divide by 10, 0.6. Again by 10, 0.06. And again, 0.006. Simple, isn't it? But to make the metric system work for you, you must use it. It's vital to you that you know metric weights and you insist that your shopkeeper uses them. If he uses the old weights, he is breaking the law. You are helping him and yourself if you demand that he uses the new metric weights. Because some of us still ask for goods in the old weights, some shopkeepers and vendors find it easy to cheat us. Ask for a pound and the vendor uses 400 grams of weights, when actually he should use 453 grams. So this housewife has been cheated of 53 grams of tomatoes. What's 53 grams of tomatoes? Not much, admittedly. But what if it was 53 grams of gold or jewelry? In spite of all this, some of us still insist on buying in the old weights. Mrs. X wants half a seer of tea. Her shopkeeper no longer has the old weights, but he doesn't want to lose a customer. So he makes up half a seer with awkward amounts of the new metric weights. Then someone has to try to calculate the price. No easy job. You could easily end up by paying more than you should. Back home, Mrs. X tries to do her accounts as a good housewife should. Just as she bought in old Sears and pounds, she also writes her accounts in the old rupees, annas and pies system. What a mess she is in. Can her husband help her? Just a few calculations, dear. Men are much smarter than women at this sort of thing. Or are they? Don't get upset, Mr. X. We all take time to get used to new things. Let's explain to Mrs. X the difference between the old and the new. Here is how to relate the kilogram to the seer. A kilogram is 6 dollars more than a seer. This means you will pay 7% more for a kilogram than you did for a seer. So if a seer of rice costs 1 rupee, then a kilogram of rice will cost 1 rupee and 5, 6, 7 naya paise. 1 rupee and 7 naya paise. That is 7 naya paise more. Now let's look at the difference between a meter and a yard. This is a yard of cloth. And this is 1 meter. A meter is 39.5 inches, 3.5 inches more than a yard. So, if a yard of cloth costs 1 rupee, then a meter of cloth will cost 1 rupee and 9 naya paise. 9 naya paise for the extra length. With the kilogram and the meter, also get to know your new measure of capacity, the litre. A litre is about 1/4 of a gallon. These are the 3 types of litres. On the left, the conical type, then the dipping type, and the pouring type. We have started buying our milk in litres. At the service station, we buy our petrol in litres. The metric measures are gradually being used all over the country. Our industry has switched over to the metric system. Our public services, like the post offices and the railways, have also adopted it and have found it simple and practical. The metric system is part of modern India. Let's learn it and use it. Don't buy in fractions or in gram equivalents of the old weights. This is wrong, confusing, and you can be cheated. Do buy in rounded metric units, like 200, 300, 400, and 500 grams. Rounded units make transactions easy. Even a child can do your accounts if you use decimal currency and metric measures. So get to know your metric measures. Learn to use them. They are easy and, after all, it's in your own interest.